Everywhere beginning to get to their resolutions now. The most common one, of course, getting in shape. But the pandemic has certainly taken a toll on local gyms. Ericketta Cost joining us live outside Athletic Apex in Penfield right now. Ericketta, you went inside today, talked to some folks. What did you find out?
Adam, well, remember, gyms in yellow and orange zones can operate at 25% capacity. We went in today and it was very quiet. Things were wrapping up, but the owner tells me traffic has been very steady. Justine Schultz says this is her favorite day of the year.
With everything going on in this world, it's amazing for our mental health and it's amazing for our immune system. So I'm just trying to stay focused on that.
Jeff Sanders, CEO of Athletic Apex in Penfield, says even with safety protocols and less than 1% of COVID transmission linked to gyms in the state, he senses some apprehension from regulars.
We've never seen the first day of the year being as low attendance as it was.
Additionally, operating at such a low capacity is contributing to this quietness. He says it can feel limiting.
And this is a time where people launch new goals and they're excited, and you know, we're a big part of that. This industry is, and not being able to participate in that as much as we, what is that going to do for mental, health?
With COVID-19 cases at an all-time high in the county, he's urging everyone to prioritize physical health. The good news, he says, it doesn't have to be at the gym.
Go walk, go do a short walk outside, make sure you're taking stairs every chance you can rather than elevators, but don't let this stuff affect your mental state and your mindset and say, you know what, forget about it.
Kevin Miller, personal trainer with Elevate 585, agrees and says good fitness can lead to better mental health.
We found that physical health can help with mental, psychological health as well. And as we've seen this year, that's been one of the biggest obstacles for people.
Now, Jeff Sanders, CEO of this gym in Penfield, is part of the New York State Fitness Alliance. He says himself and several other gym owners in the state are actually working to get the state to consider increasing that 25% capacity, with keeping in mind how low transmission has been in gyms specifically. In Penfield, Ericketta Cost, News 8.
Thank you, Ericketta. I'd like to emphasize that Athletic Apex in Penfield is offering virtual classes and training sessions. Monroe County's first baby of 2021 has been announced. Highland Hospital welcomed the first baby very early this morning. Christian Garzone joining us now in the studio with that baby. Details from the young couple. Christian.
Adam, that baby is Isaac James Hassan. He was born at 12:32 a.m. and weighed in at just under 8 pounds, and he was born on his actual due date, January 1st. Now, right before Isaac was born, the mother, Gabrielle Love, said she was doing laundry and suddenly felt a lot of pain. Well, that was little Isaac making his way into this world. She and the father of Isaac, James Hassan, went to Highland at 7 a.m. yesterday, and Gabrielle gave birth early this morning. Gabrielle says Highland Hospital was thrilled to get the news that for 2021, they had the very first baby born in Monroe County.
He ended up coming. It was very exciting. They called all the other hospitals and were trying to make sure that he was actually the first. And then they were all excited because last year it wasn't Highland. So
I'm pretty excited. We waited a pretty long time for this. Felt a lot longer than it really was, but he's finally here.
Now, Gabrielle did say Isaac was the best thing to start off 2021 after all that 2020 had in store for all of her and James. Adam, back to you.
Indeed. Christian, thank you. Isaac, what a great name. I like Ike. Congratulations to the new family there. Still to come on News 8 at 6, new year, new projects. The town of Irondequoit has big plans for 2021. That story next.
You're watching News 8, the team you can trust. Adam Chodak, Maureen McGuire, Chief Meteorologist Eric Snidel, and Sports Director Thad Brown. You're watching News 8 at 6.
News 8, sponsored by Orville's.
Get an end-of-year deal at Vanderstein Toyota by leasing a new RAV4 LE for only $299 a month. Deals like this and our personal service are why customers love the Vanderstein experience. Vanderstein Toyota, we want to move you.
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar, 444-4444.
When it comes to COVID, we can't let our guard down. Let's wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart, wash your hands, limit even small gatherings. Let's stay strong to stay safe. You are medicine. Medicine of the highest order.
Play Channel 8's Football Pick'em. Win great prizes from Two Eagles Gas Mart or a 55-inch Samsung UHD TV. Pick all season long on RochesterFirst.com.
Rochester Flooring Kitchen and Bath welcomes you to our home for the holiday sale. Enjoy 8% discount store-wide. It's as good as tax-free. Stop in today and see newly arrived imported quartz, marble, and granite slabs. Sit down with our design professionals today and enjoy interest-free financing for up to 5 years.
Women 50 and older should get a mammogram at least every 2 years. Why?
Black women are more likely to die from breast cancer.
The risk for breast cancer increases as you age.
Finding breast cancer early may save lives.
Because breast cancer may not cause symptoms.
I get my mammogram every 2 years because just one time isn't enough.
In these uncertain times, it's still important to get screened.
We talk to our healthcare providers.
You should too.
The holidays are a time for giving.
To your friends, your family,
To your teacher.
in that spirit of giving,
Chevy's proud to give our employee discount to everyone.
the Chevy price you pay
Is what we pay. Not a cent more.
because giving and giving back is what the holidays are all about.
Now through January 4th, qualified competitive lessees can use the employee discount for everyone to get this Equinox for $149 a month. See your Rochester area Chevy dealers.
Nominate your child's teacher for a Golden Apple Award on RochesterFirst.com.
Here's what's coming up tonight on Channel 8 WROC.
Auto Outlets USA is open for business. If you're looking to buy or sell, we're here to help. Over 100 vehicles under 12 grand. Great prices in a safe environment. AutoOutletsUSA.com.
You're watching News 8.
The town of Irondequoit is welcoming in the new year by highlighting several projects in the works. Kayla Green caught up with the town supervisor there to talk about what's ahead for the new year.
The new community center, senior living apartments, and Seabreeze boat launch are among several projects that Irondequoit hopes to have finished by this year. Dave Seeley is the Irondequoit town supervisor. He says just a few years ago, the old mall was empty, and it's exciting to see active construction projects in every corner now.
It's a challenging project because you're reshaping something that was a mall and turning it into a community center for us. So it's a lot of structural work and kind of getting the bones, resetting the bones, if you will. So it's got the shape now.
In addition to the community center, the $60 million of investment also include brand new senior living apartments.
I know, unfortunately, for something exciting like this, the interest will probably outweigh the number of units, so there'll probably be a lottery. And that's a good problem to have, and that only underscores the need to continue to try and create these new housing alternatives for our older residents.
Seeley says there's also 3 other housing development projects happening along Culver Road, which target lower to moderate income healthcare workers. Also, a new boat launch in Seabreeze will be opening in the spring.
If it is high water, that boat launch will be able to manage it now. So that's the whole goal. It's to make it more resilient and adaptable to high water, but also, as you could see, we're enhancing that amenity. So it's enhancing the experience of being down in Seabreeze as well. So we're very excited about that. It's something we'd always dreamed of doing.
Seeley says the community center and the new apartments should be open by this summer. In Rochester, Kayla Green, News 8.
Kayla, thank you. Also, the old Rite Aid store on Portland Avenue is being converted into new retail and dining spots, and a Chick-fil-A is being built across the street as well. New year, new laws. Here's a look at new laws taking effect this year. First, the state's minimum wage is going up. It will now be increased to $12.50 per hour. Paid family leave is now changed. Qualified employees will be eligible for 12 weeks. Workers who use it will be able to receive 67% of their weekly earnings, up to $971 a week. Safety belts will be added to stretch limousines. The new law requires at least 2 in the front and 1 for each passenger in back. For a complete list of all the New York State laws going into effect in 2021, you can find this story over at RochesterFirst.com. We're going to check in with Eric Sneidel to see what's coming up here. It's spicy outside.
It's very spicy outside. This is the kind of forecast this evening where if you don't have to be out and about traveling, it's probably best to just stay inside. We've got rain, sleet, freezing rain, even some snow in there. Now, we know where this goes. I know the end of this story. It's all rain. We've got to figure out how many pages still exist before the end of that story. I've got your full forecast next.
WROC congratulates the Buffalo Bills, AFC East champions.
Your news every hour in primetime is on News Nation on WGN America. News Nation had live team coverage of the Nashville bombing and investigation.
This is going to be a big crime scene.
And Courtney B. Vance and Dr. Robin Smith teamed up to talk minority mental health.
It's time to come out of the shadows.
News Nation covers your nation every night starting at 8, 7 Central on WGN America. Go to newsnationnow.com to find WGN America on your cable or satellite provider.
Everyone's ready for a new year, and at Stickley Audi & Company, we're getting you ready with new looks, new styles, and new ways to save. For a limited time during the New Year's sale, get 30% off store-wide, and take an extra $100 off every $1,000 you spend, plus no interest for 1 full year. There's no limit to the savings. Get this Fulton Lane designer sofa for only $17.99. Don't miss the New Year's sale, only at Stickley Audi & Company.
This all looks very Hollywood. But guess what? This is a Nissan sales event ad. Sales event ads are usually boring. Is this boring? There's a nice little present. This Sentra has more standard safety features than that 3 Series behind me. What? Did you want a big red bow?
Lease WROC Sport, just $159 per month.
You see Pride Plumbing trucks everywhere because we are everywhere. Our licensed neighborhood plumbers give you a price before every job, and we stand behind that price. Call 272-7272.
Pride Plumbing.
We take pride in taking care of you.
Jeopardy's celebration of Alex Trebek's Spirit of Adventure continues. Next stop, the National Museum of African American History and Culture. Around the World with Alex on Jeopardy!
From the weather team you can trust, here's Chief Meteorologist Eric Snyder.
There are no two scarier words to a meteorologist in western New York than freezing rain. Now, not all freezing rain is the same. There's freezing rain that gets you power outages and trees come down. We know about that here in the Rochester area. Then there is freezing rain like this tonight, which is a nuisance. We have to be smart about this, but you're not going to lose power. You're not going to wake up tomorrow to all the trees in your backyard being down. Thankfully, this is not one of those. What this is, however, is one where don't be slamming on the brakes if you're going to be driving here. You're going to need to take it slow. Speeding is not a good idea. The thruway, wet roadways here, and really a lot of the thruway, a lot of our major thoroughfares are not going to be that big of a deal. These borderline events like we've got right now tend to be most problematic in isolated areas. That's one of them. Bridges and overpasses, that is why you are ventilated above and below with that cold air. And in these borderline events, more times than not, even if you're below freezing, the air, if it's not a bridge or an overpass, the ground is not frozen. So it keeps things melted, no problem. So bridge, overpass, some of the secondary roadways, know that there could be some slick spots there. Otherwise, you will end up being just fine. Radar. Well, this is fun. So you want to be a meteorologist. Yeah, good luck figuring this one out. Radar doing its best to try to assess what is falling. Remember, this is not a magic 8-ball. The radar does not inherently know exactly what it's doing in Parenton versus Fairport versus Chi-Li. It is doing its best to assess what it thinks is happening, but that's not always right. And I think the overall assessment out of this is wintry mix. You're going to go off on, back from sleet to freezing rain to rain. Sometimes you will teeter back and forth multiple times over and over again. But the bottom line is we've got too many spots here in and around Rochester, and especially areas south of the Thruway, that are still at or below freezing. So it's nothing that you really want to mess with, regardless of technically what it is that is falling. That's the bad news. And I got some good news for you. We've got an optimistic tone here. Look at what we've got in this general part of the world as you start getting toward Erie, PA. That is the back edge of phase 1 of the precip. There is more, but this is a nice dry slot here that will buy us some time. And time is going to be our friend because time means warmer air. The warmer air is going to win this fight. We will get phase 1 out of here. We still have this wintry mix for the next, let's say, 2-ish hours. I think by about 9 o'clock, two things are happening. This first wave is getting on out of here, say goodbye. And number two, note the temps are starting to trickle upward. It's not going to be quick, but we don't need it to be. We just need to get to 33. That's the safe number, and we obviously are there by 9 o'clock. There's your window of a break that probably lasts maybe an hour or two, and then the second surge moves in. This second surge is going to be the more significant of the two. There's going to be some heavy pops of precip in there, but at this point, we don't think anybody is below freezing anymore. It's going to be a cold rain, and it's close in a few spots, but close is good enough. So no travel issues there outside of just the sound of raindrops that might keep you awake. Additional freezing rain totals will be a few more hundredths of an inch of freezing rain. Enough to keep some of those bridges and overpasses and secondary roads still slick for a few more hours, but certainly not enough to get us into a more sinister ballpark where we're all using candles to light our way through the rest of the night. That's the part we're trying to avoid. A leftover rain or snow shower possible as the system gets out of here early on Saturday. Rest of the day tomorrow looks good. Mix of clouds and sunshine, highs above freezing. I'm thinking mid-30s should do it. The next storm system, though, hot on its tail. There it goes into Sunday. We think by the afternoon we've got some fairly widespread snow developing here. And this is not an ideal setup if you're looking for a big pop of snow Sunday into Monday. But I could see a path here late Sunday into Monday where we get a couple of inches of the white stuff out of this, and it'll make it look and feel a little wintry again. 8-day forecast as we look ahead into next week. That's kind of ho-hum around here. There's nothing big in the weather department. We've got temperatures each day that get above freezing. This, Adam, is January in Rochester. That is not a January 8 day.
No, and you know what I keep thinking about whenever we talk about putting on some type of measurable snow in our area? I think about all those folks in Binghamton and how much snow is probably still there.
Yeah, I think their last check, they've had 51 inches on the season, and 90% of that came in that one big snowstorm.
Right, and the temperatures, I'm guessing, haven't gone up enough to melt all of that, right?
No, they've had some rain, they've had some warmer air, but you know how long it's going to take to get rid of that much snow? It takes a while.
Yeah, that's what we call a base.
That's right.
All right, Eric, thank you. Many Americans will start getting serious about weight loss today. Bills rookie A.J. Epinesa has been serious about it all year. Thad Brown will explain why after a break.
I slipped and fell on some ice, and Robert Birkin got me $350,000.
If someone fails to maintain their property and you're injured by a slip or fall, don't wait. Give me a call.
Hurt in a fall? Give Birkin a call. 716-855-FALL.
The holidays are full of tradition. But it's time they got a technology update from Hyundai. And thanks to the savings you'll still find during the last days of Hyundai holidays, you'll discover a new Hyundai will make your new year very merry indeed. Hurry to the final days of Hyundai holidays.
Lease a 2020 Tucson for $149 a month or get 0% APR for 72 months plus no payments for up to 5 months. Offers end January 4th.
The Metro Mattress New Year's event starts now. Get a 65-inch 4K smart TV and adjustable base upgrade with luxury Chatham & Wells mattress sets. Take home a Spring Air back supporter set and get a Dyson V7 or iRobot vacuum. Experience Therapeutic and get a Fitbit Charge or Fitbit Versa smartwatch. Plus, upgrade a Tempur-Pedic mattress set to an adjustable base for only $200. Start your new year off right with great deals from Metro Mattress.
Metro Mattress, the sleep superstar.
Locally owned, direct access, complimentary health club memberships. With telehealth visits in 12 convenient locations, you can
do what you love. We'll help you get there. Genesee Valley Physical Therapy.
At Peak Ram, just east of Webster, we've got a bunch of people that would like to meet you.
New or used, maintenance or repairs, there's someone at Peak Ram who will happily get you on the road. Check us out at peakram.com.
Hey, New York. Are you overwhelmed? Feeling uncertain? Anxious? Feeling depressed? New York Project Hope helps people manage and cope with all of the changes caused by COVID-19. Visit nyprojecthope.org or call our emotional support helpline. Your call is free, confidential, and anonymous. Call 1-844-863-9314 or visit nyprojecthope.org.
Better quality, better selection, better prices start at York Furniture Gallery's New Year's sale. Save on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, leather furniture. Lazy Boy, England, Lane. 2-year no-interest financing. York Furniture Gallery's New Year's sales spectacular.
I slipped and fell on ice,
And Robert Birkin got me $700,000.
If someone fails to maintain their property and you're injured by a slip or fall, don't wait. Give me a call.
Hurt in a fall? Give Birkin a call. 716-855-FALL.
From the official broadcast home of the Buffalo Bills, here's Sports Director Thad Brown with News 8 Sports.
The good news for the Bills is John Brown was activated from the COVID reserve list and did practice in full today. The Bills only listed 2 players that are out for Sunday. Tight end Reggie Gilliam is one. The other is where we start our Bills report. Cole Beasley will not play against the Dolphins because of the knee injury he suffered on this play Monday night. He did not practice at all this week and was not seen on the practice field today. Sean McDermott turned Beasley week to week, and he will certainly be a question mark going into the playoffs next week.
Sure he's okay. Take a look at this.
Leslie Frazier raved on Tuesday about how dropping weight has made rookie A.J. Epinesa quicker and more explosive than maybe was expected. Epinesa addressed the subject today, saying he knew the weight loss had to be done, and it took some work because the goal was the opposite for him in college.
I've always been a guy that always was gaining weight. Going to Iowa, I got there at about 260 as a freshman, and they wanted me to gain weight from that point on. And so by the time my junior season came around, I was at 280 or 275, 280 in that range. And then throughout this whole off season, it's been just kind of grinding, running, doing all this extra stuff and cutting some weight down to get a little leaner and a little quicker.
With the Bills off their national TV schedule of games, we're back to our normal schedules. Football Sunday for you will begin at 11 a.m. Buffalo kickoff live streaming wherever you happen to be at rochesterfirst.com. At 11:30, that's half hour number 2, comes at you right here on News 8. That'll be followed by the NFL Today on CBS at noon, and then the Bills, the Dolphins. Remember, Miami needs a win to make the playoffs. Bills hoping to lock up that 2 seed. Kickoff is at 1 p.m., and the only place you can see all this football fun is right here on News 8. The Sabres opened training camp today without Jack Eichel, but no need for Sabres fans to melt down. Coach Ralph Krueger said the team is just being cautious. Buffalo expects Eichel back in the next couple days. One guy who was on the ice, star free agent signee Taylor Hall. He's going to have less than 2 weeks now and no preseason games to get ready for his Sabres debut on the 14th. The Sabres do have 3 extra days of camp because they did not make the playoffs last year.
I think everyone's going through this at the same time. You know, it's nice to have that extra 3 days of training camp, so that's positive. But that's the life right now. That's the world. You have to adapt and make the best of it, and there's going to be a lot of challenges along the way. It's not going to be a smooth road, and I think this is just the start of that.
Although the NHL announced earlier that the Winter Classic, the annual outdoor game, would not be played, there was an announcement today that there will be 2 games played outdoors in Lake Tahoe later in the season. Speaking of outdoors, that is Eric Snidle's forte. He's back after this.
Rochester Flooring, Kitchen and Bath.
Because of Open Door Mission and the Restored Hope I have a full-time job now, and my kids are in school and they're safe and we're all together. I just see victory.
Most women 50 and older should get a mammogram at least every 2 years.
Been putting this off way too long.
Routine mammograms can find breast cancer early, when it's easier to treat.
I need to stop putting myself last. You heard me. You ready? Yes, I am.
In these uncertain times, it's still important to get screened. Ask your healthcare provider about a screening schedule that's right for you.
You can find bliss anywhere. Find yourself. Find your bliss. Find your prana. Wake up like you slept. Perfectly.
I'll never forget the time I met Dr. Stanley. I told him my idea to plant a church for broken and hurting people, but that I was afraid. He said, "Brian, don't you know God will take responsibility for all of the consequences of a heart that's fully devoted to Him?"
Rochester Flooring Kitchen and Bath welcomes you to our Home for the Holiday sale. Enjoy 8% discount store-wide. Stop by and see Karastan Lifetime Luxury Vinyl Plank Flooring and huge selections Extreme Value Karastan Carpeting. Everything is possible at Rochester Flooring Kitchen and Bath.
When the power goes out, how long will it be out? The best solution is Hurricane Home Solutions with a Cummins Quiet Connect generator. Hurricane Home Solutions, powering your life when the lights go out. Call and schedule a consultation today.
During Clover's After Christmas Extravaganza, we're discounting millions of dollars worth of excess 2020 inventory up to 50% off. 2020 floor models, scratch and dent, and 2020 closeouts are available. Many at or below wholesale cost. Floor model sofas, sectionals, outdoor furniture, and more. All must be sold. Plus, get interest-free financing until June of 2022. All during Clover's After Christmas Extravaganza.
We have all the fun.
Time now for the News 8 photo album. Today's picture comes from Douglas Warboys. New Year's sunrise over the Goodman Street train yard this morning. You know, we always see these green landscapes. This is beautiful, that industrial shot there, and I love that. What a wonderful way to start the new year. Thank you, Douglas. Eric, probably a little bit whiter right now in some spots.
just a touch. This is primarily sleet and freezing rain falling across the region right now. We've got, I'd say, maybe another couple of hours. Now, two things will happen after the next few hours. Number one, we're warming up. Number two, this first push of precip gets on out of here. There'll be a break and then more rain overnight tonight. Plain old rain. That's snow, though, that could fall by Sunday. Might get a couple of inches of snow out of that to end the weekend, Adam.
All right, we'll settle for sleet and rain tonight. Eric, thank you. That's News 8 at 6. The CBS Evening News is next. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 11.
On this New Year's Day, America hits 20 million COVID cases. The new, more contagious